Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurin Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yeah, I presume that Murari Gupta, Das Adhikari just welcomed you all. I'll do the same. Welcoming everyone to his Grihastha ashram, which is opened up for this festival to devotees who like to come. So I'm also welcoming because he's my disciple. The disciple is supposed to think of everything as his guru's property. Guru thinks that everything is Krishna's property. The traditional weather for the festival also. As Manida Prabhu was pointing out, this is Krishna's arrangement, so that we don't have anything else to do but come together and chant Hare Krishna and hear about Krishna. And it's pretty much every year. I first came here in 98, was it? Yeah, 1998. And I think I came every year since then. Right? 1 year I missed it. I just came early. So the idea was, first of all, that Murari Gupta Prabhu and some other devotees in Mujja would have a little get-together in the country, and mostly my disciples came. My disciples from Croatia and Slovenia and Bosnia. And still they're coming. But others are coming also. So as this festival expanded a bit, I thought it would be a good idea if Murari Gupta Prabhu could also invite some of the other regular preachers in this area. So this year we are graced with the presence of Srita Krishna Maharaj, Chandra Maharaj, Manida Prabhu, and Hare Krishna Prabhu, who is now a preacher in this area. So we're all the big shots sitting on the stage here. We're all little big shots. It means that we were all little men in the Hare Krishna movement, and by default, we became big men. It means somehow or other we survived, we managed to keep our hands in our bead bags. Which I guess in the modern age is, considering the record, it's quite an achievement to keep your hand in the bead bag and keep on going. And somehow or other we had the direct initiation from Srila Prabhupada, which we never thought would become a status symbol, but somehow or other it has. So that's our duty also, to try to pass on the immense gifts that Srila Prabhupada has given the next generation and generations to come. So we're inviting other devotees to come, and all of you will gradually also, just by virtue of time, become senior and respected. When I joined, a 4-year-old devotee was a very senior devotee. The movement hadn't been going on very long, so 4 years means it's quite a long time. It's all relative. So, this Lika festival is, as all Hare Krishna festivals are, what do they consist of? Chanting the names of Krishna, hearing Krishna Katha, associating with devotees, engaging in service to Krishna and taking Krishna Prasadam. same formula. Of course, there are many other things which can be done, and there are many alternative approaches to Krishna consciousness. But this festival, we're trying to keep it as an alternative to all the alternatives. Because nowadays, to do just the basic things and not do anything else is unusual. So, it's maybe considered orthodox, but then when you consider what is normal nowadays at festivals, this is maybe a bit of an unusual festival. We're trying to have a serious mood. Serious means, from that comes blissfulness. Blissfulness of Krishna consciousness comes from Krishna consciousness, not from anything else. Of course, Krishna consciousness is not stereotyped, but it's also not a free-for-all, do whatever you like, however you like, whenever you like, according to the manoratham, the chariot of your mind. There are various rules and regulations offered by the acharyas. Srila Prabhupada uses that term. Rules offered by the acharyas. Which we can follow or not. So, as I said, it's not Krishna consciousness, it's not stereotyped. There are various approaches, and I suppose this approach in this festival is influenced by my own approach, because, as I say, it started off as a gathering for my disciples and expanded a bit more, because we don't want to be sectarian. But, I have a certain approach, trying to keep things serious. We'll try to maintain that. Serious, it doesn't mean that others are not serious, but trying to keep things as they used to be, without too many innovations. So it can be a little difficult, and it may seem to be somewhat undiplomatic. It may cause pain to some. Just like, for instance, this Jombi, is that what it's called, that drum? Djembe. I just call it voodoo drum. It's practically taking over in ISKCON today. So, devotees like to bring, I'm just giving this as an example, there are so many things. And devotees may like to play it, but we just want to stick to the old tried, trusted way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Mridanga and kartals. Prabhupada said we are simple kirtan, Mridanga and kartals. So that's, there are so many different kinds of seminars can be given, and different kinds of things sung, and different tunes sung during the Mangalarti, but we're just trying to keep it more or less the way that we understand it, within the basic guidelines of Dharma. And then there may, like I say, there may be variations and different approaches. Here we're trying to keep it old school, as they say. So we don't condemn anyone or any such thing. We're trying to keep a certain mood here. And that mood is Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. It's also a rule here that we try to keep controversial topics for when we leave. That's going on all year round. There are so many controversies. But at least at this festival, as much as possible, we want, because once we start discussing so many controversial points, there's no end to it. It goes on and on and on. But really the purpose of life is to hear and chant about Krishna. I'm not, as those of you who know me, shy of controversial topics. But at least sometimes we should actually most of the time, if not all of the time, we should concentrate on Bhagavad Katha, Krishna Kirtan. And we can do that at this festival, if that's alright with everyone. So, I'll do that. It's just an introductory talk. I'm not going to say much now. Okay. Welcome the sadhus. Smita Krishna Maharaj is real sadhu, cycling sadhu. Whoever heard of that? Didn't come by first class jet airplane. Probably didn't come by cycle this time. No distance, but it's very much appreciated by devotees because well, it's just a natural consequence of the Krishna conscious movement expanding, and the number of sannyasis not expanding at the same rate that sannyasis may seem to get out of touch with the devotees who they're supposed to be part of. So, Swami Krishna Maharaj, time to time, gets on a bicycle and goes from house to house, devotees' house, and visits them, talks with them, chants Hare Krishna with them, takes prasad with them. So of course, if all the sannyasis in ISKCON do that, it would be a lot better in many ways. It's also an international organization. That's what I'm saying, it's not stereotype. Not everyone can do everything. We appreciate that example. Manida Prabhu is... anyone have heard of book distribution? Well, if you didn't, that's also in some places part of the past tense of ISKCON. But Manida Prabhu, it's very much present tense, and with him around, it's going to be future tense also. I was just considering this morning during this class that we... I'm not supposed to talk about controversial things. Well, the festival didn't start yet. This is just not quite controversial, almost. Anyway, there's a lot of interest in psychology in our movement these days, but just listening to Manida Prabhu's class this morning, I was thinking how our book distributing devotees, without getting any college degree, they become experts in practical applied human psychology. They can understand how Bhagavad Gita works in action, not theoretically, dealing with various non-devotees who don't want books and they become convinced to take books, and police who want to arrest you and then convincing them not to arrest you, and all this kind of thing. Of course, things have changed. In Germany now, it's officially. It used to be that they arrested you. Now officially the devotees are allowed to do book distribution. It's actually law or something. It's like in the police training or something. So times have changed. Purnachandra Maharaj is apparently struggling physically with health, but as we saw last year is spiritually very strong, very insightful,